Now at 10 and streaming on crossroadstoday.com, 8-year-old boy is killed after he was accidentally shot by his 10-year-old brother.
The remains of a soldier killed during the Korean War will be buried Saturday in Bloomington.
And the numbers show a big turnout for early voting in Texas on Monday.
A boundary cool us down, brought wind, brought rain. Now we're seeing some sunshine, but looking at some more storms later in the week. We're going to talk all about it, but first, there's Gina.
And the last district volleyball match was tonight. See how local teams finished the regular season off. That's coming up in sports.
You're watching 25 News Now at 10. Good evening and thank you for joining us for 25 News Now at 10. I'm Don Brubaker.
And I'm Karina Garcia. An 8-year-old boy was killed after he was accidentally shot by his 10-year-old brother at an apartment complex. Investigators were seen yesterday securing evidence, including the shotgun. The 13-year-old boy brother called 911 Monday afternoon after the boys were playing with a gun in the apartment bedroom when it fired. A single gunshot to his upper torso killed the boy at the scene.
As a parent, no one should ever have to go through that. It's horrible that this is happening on a daily basis. Something needs to be done. It's out of control.
Monday's accidental shooting comes just days after a 12-year-old boy died Friday night in North Houston when a 22-year-old fired a shotgun he thought was unloaded. 4 teens are dead after a Kia vehicle crash Monday morning. The driver and passenger were taken to the hospital. 6 people were in the car and 3 died at the scene and a 4th died at the hospital. Police believe this incident to be a robbery linked to the popular Kia Challenge, which shows thieves how to steal Kias without using a key. The trend has started a nationwide rise in stolen Kias.
They are very easy, unfortunately, to steal. You can look up the information that's been put out there. There are numerous cities across the country that are looking into, or have filed lawsuits against Kia.
The 16-year-old male driver of the vehicle was treated at the hospital and released into Buffalo police custody while investigators continue their investigation. There were new details overnight as police investigate the deadly shooting at a high school in St. Louis. Investigators believe the teen shooter had mental health issues when he broke into the school.
He asked students if they were ready to die. One of the victims, a health teacher, died trying to protect her students.
Teacher Jean Kutska died trying to protect her students.
She cared about those kids. Like every day she came into school, she put herself between them and harm, between them and danger. She was the embodiment of love.
Kutska taught phys ed at Central Visual and Performing Arts High School in St. Louis, which came under fire Monday morning by a recent graduate.
Suspect in this incident is Orlando Harris. He's a black male, 19 years of age, and graduated from the high school last year. No prior criminal history.
Report of a shooting at the high school. Scene is not secure.
Responding officers saw students on the roof awaiting rescue after the shooter opened fire on the 3rd floor with a long gun.
He had in his possession one rifle, an AR-15 style rifle. It appears that he came into the building with more than 600 rounds of ammunition.
It was over quickly, but not before Kutska and a student, 16-year-old Alexandria Bell, were killed. 7 others were injured.
My friend have all blood on her hand, and it was like she seen the shooter, and the shooter came to her and said, "You ready to die?" And just see her just screaming and crying.
One student was taking video during the attack.
Everybody line up in a single file line, okay?
Relief at reaching safety soon turned to disbelief.
It's sick that people want to have the attention to kill kids. Like, it's crazy. Like.
Police are still working to determine a motive, but detectives found a note in which the shooter described himself as an isolated loner and said his life had become a perfect storm for a mass shooter. Aaron Katursky, ABC News, New York.
The U.S. Coast Guard suspended its search Monday afternoon for a missing kayaker from Victoria. The father of 37-year-old Bradley Stafford reported him missing Sunday morning. The U.S. Coast Guard searched Matagorda Bay and Boggy Bayou Sunday and Monday. A spokesperson said Stafford was on a fishing trip Saturday at 4 a.m. A friend last saw him fishing at 10 a.m. Saturday. The Coast Guard reports Stafford's truck, cell phone, and wallet were found near Boggy Beach, but his kayak has not been found. Search crews did see kayak drag marks in that area into the water. On to politics. Big first day for early voting in Texas Monday. More than 60,000 registered voters in Harris County cast a ballot in the midterm election. More than 1 out of every 50 Harris County voters turned out to cast their ballots Monday. Over 32,000 voters made their way to Bexar County's early voting polling locations Monday, and almost 5% of registered voters cast their ballots in Nueces County Monday.
Now, early voting in Victoria for November 8th general election continued Tuesday. The numbers from the Victoria County Election Administrator look like this. Early Tuesday, 1,196 people voted in person and 2,371 in-person votes total. 12 mail-in ballots were received. So far, a total of 1,354 mail-in ballots were accounted for. Early voting in Victoria County is at the Dr. Patty Dotson Health Center, 2805 North Navarro, Classroom A. It will be open from 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. Early voting ends Friday, November 4th, and the last day to apply for a ballot by mail is Friday, October 28th.
Second day of early voting totals from DeWitt County Tuesday, where there were 324 in-person votes Tuesday for a total of 697 in-person votes so far. There were 3 mail-in votes in DeWitt County Tuesday, 119 mail-in votes total so far. On the first day of early voting in Calhoun County Monday, there were 373 in-person votes with 139 mail-in votes.
This, of course, brings us to your viewer poll this evening. Don't forget, come to crossroadstoday.com/vote to participate. Viewers can also scan the QR code to get the poll. And the question is, have you experienced voter intimidation throughout your years of voting? Yes or no? We go ahead and take a look. 9% say no and 9% say yes, and 91% of you say no. Thanks for voting. We want to hear from you.
And let's take a first look at your forecast with First Warn Storm Team meteorologist Howie Gordon, who was here until about 3:30 this morning in the studio giving live updates on the storm that came in. And there was a lot of storm that came in, Howie.
We had 3/4 of an inch of rain in some spots. We had 50+ mile-per-hour winds and cooler air shuffling in behind the boundary. We had some hail in some spots as well. But here we are now, things a little more peaceful and calmer. And without the moisture in the clouds now around, temperatures will start to fall overnight. And I got to talk about the winds, 50 mile-per-hour plus winds. Winds on the calm side, almost non-existent at the moment. Overnight, though, a little bit on the chilly side, down to 48. We're going to warm up, though. Then we're going to see more showers and another cool down coming up in a few days. We'll talk more about it coming up. Don, Karina?
Howie, thank you. The project to widen and deepen the ship channel through Matagorda Bay is still in the works despite some delays. Officials with the Calhoun Port Authority say that lawsuits filed by environmental groups have caused the project to be put on hold, putting the project a year behind schedule. Charles Hossman, director of the Calhoun Port Authority, says they are still confident this project will be completed and that every precaution will be taken to protect all areas of concern.
One of the main things that we did this far is safety of the channel and safety of the vessels coming in and out of the bay. And we want to continue that trend, and we want to have the safest ship channel that we can here in Calhoun County.
In addition, Hausman says that environmental impacts will be very minimal. Environmental groups have filed lawsuits with the Army Corps of Engineers, not the Calhoun Port Authority. When completed, the new project promises to bring tremendous economic growth to both the Calhoun and Victoria port systems. Angel Lucy's funeral home in Victoria hosted a service for a soldier killed during the Korean War. Aliando Solis was reported missing in action on December 1st, 1950 when his unit withdrew from a region in North Korea. It was later discovered and reported that he died as a prisoner of war in April 1951 at just 19 years old. His family attended the service and they thanked the community for its support.
And you know, it's a community coming together, and we saw all the folks standing on the side of the road and recognizing and honoring my uncle coming home. And that was a moment that I'll never forget. It's a memorable one.
The funeral home will perform graveside services honoring Aliando Solis this Saturday at San Jose Cemetery in Bloomington. Stay with us. Coming up on 25 News now at 10. A judge denies a pretrial gag order request for the man charged in connection to Stockton, California's serial killing.
Also ahead, a broken elevator left a family stuck at the bottom of an Arizona cavern for 2 days. We have that story after the break.
Joe Talbot Sr. is your military hero for the month of October. Talbot was born in Edna, and shortly after he moved to Bloomington, where he grew up. Joining the service when he was only 17, Talbot wanted to see the world. So in 1957, with his parents' approval, he enlisted in the United States Navy.
I just always wanted to get out and see the world, you know. Knew that a world war was coming on, so figured it's time to go in and go.
And joining in at a time of war, you would think you would be scared. Well, not Joe.
No, doesn't scare you anyway. I mean, if you're going to go, you're going to go. I don't care whether you're here, there, on a bicycle, or what. If it's your time, you're going to go.
Joe was good with engines and machines, so he would become a machinist mate second class, which meant his job was to make sure the ship's engine kept running.
We worked down in the engine room. We kept the turbines going. And like on the ship I was on here, it was turbine operated. You know, and we kept all the machinery running.
Talbot also took into consideration the troops they would drop off in Vietnam.
We get rolled out of the water. How about them guys that's on the land? You know, how about the troops we're going to let off? The Marines or the Army we're going to let off. Think about them.
Talbot's time was cut short because 6 years after joining, he was seriously injured, and he would end up spending 14 months in the hospital.
We ran into a typhoon, and I got washed around, and we lost 4 guys. And I requested, I wanted to stay. And they said, you're not going to be able to handle it. And I said, give me a try. Now, let me try. And it didn't work out, so they gave me a medical discharge.
Talbot was pretty banged up, too.
Then I broke both of my legs, fractured my skull, broke my collarbone, my arm, and 4 ribs.
Talbot was initially in a hospital in Japan, but President Eisenhower personally saw that he got transferred so he could be closer to home.
Eisenhower was the president at that time. She actually got on the telephone and got in touch with people, and they put it with her because she said and he talked to her. So he transferred me down here to Corpus Christi.
While in the hospital, Talbot also got married.
I got married while I was in the hospital.
How do you pull that off?
Wasn't easy, but I pulled it off.
Talbot would come back to the Crossroads because that's home, and he'd work in the oil fields, become a manager for 7-Eleven, and a heavy equipment operator. And in 1995, he did something that he'd longed to do.
I got grandkids, lots of them. And one of them always said, you didn't graduate, Grandpa? You didn't graduate? No, I got to think about it. So I went down and took some classes and this and that. They went down to college down there and took a test, passed it.
Wow.
So now I feel good. And they do too now. That essay took you long enough.
He's also very active in Victoria's VFW post, serving as their commander for many years, and says to stop by, and that his motto of get it done helps keep them focused, as well as his focus on thinking about the future and making the world a better place where hopefully peace prevails.
You just don't bring up too much, about your past. You think about the future. And that's what we're trying to do. We're trying to go for the future, not the past. The past is an ugly thing, so future, we're trying to make it better.
Thank you, Joe Talbot Sr., for your service to your country and to all veterans and active military service members out there who protect our freedoms every day. Adam Seibel, KAVU-TV, 25 News Now.
My friend Joey comes from the land of Down Under, and here at Bravo, we're the home of the Down Under prices! Woo! Make no down payment, no payments for 90 days, and oil changes for life. Hop online or hop on in. Bravo Autos is a hopping place!
You can enjoy endless entertainment and local news updates for free on our 17 over-the-air channels. Connect your TV antenna to your smart TV in 3 easy steps. Connect the coaxial cable from your antenna to the back of your TV. Select the menu button on your remote and navigate to the correct input of your antenna. Find the channel scan option and click it. Setting up your antenna will keep you entertained and informed with the latest weather updates and emergency information for free. Call or email for questions or more information. Stay connected and stay safe.
No one wants to think about emergency care until they need it. But when that time comes, Victoria ER is here for you and your family. Our board-certified physicians are available 24/7, so there's never a wait. Whether you need a CAT scan, X-ray, lab work, or even pediatric care, we've got you covered with all the modern medical technology you would expect from a hospital ER. We're committed to personalizing your experience and getting you on your way as quickly and efficiently as possible at Victoria ER.
Came around the corner, I seen had trailers broken in half on the ground, windows blowing out. It was horrible. When I made the curve and I seen my house standing, I was excited. No damage from the hurricane at all. I was totally blessed.
Let's be real. You don't need to leave the house to have a tasty Italian meal. That's why I partnered with Home Chef. With Home Chef, get easy recipes and fresh ingredients delivered to your door. These tasty meals are from my heart to your kitchen. How good is that? Let's get cooking.
Home Chef. Delicious meets simple. Get 16 free meals when you sign up at homechef.com.
Tuesday. Are you ready for the ring? Well, I'm not. Sting like a bee with wrestler Jade Cargill. Plus April Ryan.
A California judge denied a pre-trial gag order requested in the case of Stockton's serial killings. Wesley Brownlee's lawyer argued for the gag order. She claims public comments by the police chief and DA could affect her client's right to a fair trial. Brownlee is charged in 3 of the 6 homicides police say are connected. 5 were in Stockton, the 6th in Oakland. More charges are expected. Tourists stranded at the bottom of a cavern in Arizona returned to the surface today after a rescue by law enforcement. The tourists visited the cavern Sunday, but the elevator stopped working, and a family of 4 plus another couple was stuck. Trying to fix the elevator failed, so the local fire department lifted the family to the surface. The couple took the elevator to the top after it was fixed on Monday.
A fire at a Cleveland auto shop today resulted in explosions and partial building collapse. Authorities say the blaze led to multiple explosions extending to a neighboring occupied house. No one was reported hurt. However, fire crews rescued a number of pets from nearby homes, and the blast from one of the explosions caused the airbags on vehicles to deploy.
Arriving companies found a automotive repair shop that was well involved with fire. There was an explosion out here, and actually secondary explosions. At one point, one of the explosions activated the airbags on one of our battalion chief's rigs, one of the SUVs.
The cause of the fire is now under investigation.
More storms headed our way? Well, we'll talk all about it.
Victory Kia has been awarded Kia's Dealer of Excellence Award for the 2nd year in a row.
We were recognized for outstanding sales satisfaction and also for a superior service experience.
Hey, better employees give better service.
Plus, we give all veterans, first responders, and medical professionals 10% off their service bills.
We service all imports and honor all extended warranties.
With award-winning service and lower prices, we think you too will say,
I love Victory!
Have you been told you have to live with your wound? There is hope at PAM Outpatient Wound Care. At PAM Outpatient Wound Care Clinic, you'll find the latest technology and the most committed and caring professionals dedicated to your wound healing. Our experienced wound healing experts and multidisciplinary team specialize in preventing amputation and preserving limbs.
I began hyperbarics here. I'm walking and have the leg, which is the best part.
Come see us at PAM Outpatient Wound Care, where healing starts here.
there, and welcome to Hall Lighting and Design Center. One of the factors that has made Hall Lighting and Design Center the premier destination for home decor, furniture, lighting, and ceiling fans is our commitment to staying on top of industry trends and designs. We are continually receiving new merchandise in our store, and our expert staff creates magic with product groupings guaranteed to spark your imagination. Stop by our 12,000 square foot showroom and see for yourself what's arrived today. Hall Lighting and Design Center on Navarro in Victoria.
Scream if you're ready for Halloween! Did you enjoy Halloween as a kid, though?
Yes, but I was one of those kids who stole candy from little kids.
Wait, what?
Are you judging me?
Yeah! Well, I heard that you liked Reese's, so I thought I would bring you some.
This has got me emotional. I'm gonna lie. I don't know if I can continue.
Tuesday. Are you ready for the ring? Well, I'm not. Sting like a bee with wrestler Jade Cargill. Plus, April Ryan.
We'll start off in Cuero. We're going to have some blue skies and the sun comes back up tomorrow. But we saw some showers, a boundary pushing through, and lots of wind yesterday. Today, how does that impact us? Well, we stayed in the 70s for highs after a bunch of 90s last week and just yesterday into the 80s. We will warm up though. Look at that, 3/4 of an inch of rain as that boundary pushed through the area. So without that cloud cover now, the cloud cover's gone because that boundary, the cold front came in there and washed away much of the moisture. So now that heat escapes into the atmosphere, and here we are sitting in the 50s when you move away from the water, still on the coast, temperatures in the mid-60s in some spots. Here's a look at our dew points. So these got knocked down as well. We were in the 60s and 70s, very unreasonable, uncomfortable humidity levels, and now here we go. This is tolerable in the 40s on the coast. Moving inland, yes, some spots in the lower 40s. Now, as moisture moves in from the Gulf, we'll start to see these increase during the week, but we're also going to see another boundary come through and cool us down again and knock those dew points right back down. Here's our winds. We had some significant winds the last few days, especially with the storms yesterday. We were gusting away to 54 miles per hour plus in some spots. Winds almost completely gone as that boundary has pushed through the area. But what's responsible for that is high pressure moving in, really allowing just a settling criteria and condition for the environment. The highs moving in, allowing the cool, dry air to pull down from the north at the same time, keeping those clouds away, which again, we can cool down overnight, but in the daytime, the sun is going to heat us up without that cloud cover. Now, the high will continue to move off towards the east. When it does that, it's going to open the door up for moisture out of the Gulf to start moving back in. That will continue to help warm us up. But also from the west, we have some disturbances, some cold fronts pushing our way Thursday into Friday. We could see some showers once again. And as that front clears the area, yeah, we could see more cool air filtering into the crossroads, thus dropping temperatures down once again. So we're dry now as that boundary cleared the area. But then I talked about disturbances pushing in Thursday into Friday. Here we go. Looking at some showers again. It looks to start clearing up by Friday night, so maybe we have some dry football games, but to and from, yeah, it could be a problem. Could be some rain involved in our football travels and our football preparations. 79 for a marine forecast for the water temperature, that is. But look where our seas are now, down to 2 to 3 bays on the smooth side after having seas 8 to 9 feet. Those winds are coming down as well, and small craft advisory conditions have been lifted. Out in the tropics really quick, couple features out there, most of them going to the north and at the same time moving into upper level winds. Both of these features more than likely going to start to dissipate and not cause any problems. 48 degrees overnight, yeah, a cool one. Tomorrow though, back up to 80 degrees. Looking ahead to the rest of the week though, in Cuero, we got that disturbance coming through. We get some showers on Friday on the water in Port Lavaca. That's right, showers for Friday. And right back here in Victoria, we have a nice warm-up. Then we cool down with some rain. But look at those temperatures, 72, 75, 79, not bad at all, with lots of sunshine. For more weather news and sports, you can go to our app. That's at crossroadstoday.com, and that is free with any Android and iPhone. Now we go to Sports with Gino.
Thanks, Howie. The game of the week between Hitchcock and Hallettsville is important for many reasons. Find out why after the break.
News Center 25 at 6 and 10 is also heard on KVNN 1340 AM, Victoria's News Network.
a hopping good deal, think of Bravo Autos. My friend Joey, my friend Joey comes from the land of Down Under. And here at Bravo, we're the home of the Down Under prices. Woo! Plus, make no down payment, no payments for 90 days, and oil changes for life. I'm a veteran, and veterans are always welcome at Bravo Autos. Hop online or hop on in. Bravo Autos is a hopping place. Who are we? Bravo!
Y'all call, I haul. Our 5-star rated moving and junk removal team is dedicated to offer the best customer service and protection for all your valuables. We offer local moving, long distance moving, labor only moving, apartment moving, and junk removal. No matter the load, our team will take care of all your needs and do all the heavy lifting. Y'all call 361-541-6858. I haul. Simple booking process, licensed and insured.
Mike Collier wants to turn Texas into Joe Biden's America. Mike Collier wants open borders and to eliminate immigration and customs enforcement. Mike Collier wants to increase the business tax, property taxes, and the gasoline tax. Mike Collier wants biological boys to compete in girls' sports. Mike Collier wants AOC's Green New Deal, destroying our energy industry, costing jobs. Mike Collier wants to turn Texas into Joe Biden's America. Mike Collier, wrong for lieutenant governor, bad for Texas.
There's no statutes of limitations on murder.
A dog-sitting tragedy.
It's taken me a long time to be able to discuss this without crying about my dogs being dead.
But yet she could post on Facebook about it.
And a friendship catastrophe.
One of the dogs got out and got lost.
Yes, ma'am.
The other dog was injured by your dog.
I never would have agreed to allow these dogs to go to her house.
You don't even give a crap about those dogs.
Next, Judge Judy.
Howdy Crossroads, the final district match before playoffs took place tonight in Victoria between the Lady Warriors and the Flower Bluff Hornets. This match would go down to the wire with both teams exchanging wins. West would win the first set 25-16, but Flower Bluff would answer right back, winning the second set 25-18. The third set was decided by just 2 points, but the Lady Warriors would come out on top 25-23. In our winner-go-home set, the Hornets fought back and won again in a game decided by 2 points, 25-23, this time in favor of Flower Bluff, taking it to the final set. Both teams battled till the end, but the final point would come off a West error to end the game 15-13. Hornets win. The Lady Warriors finished this with second place in the district with an 8-1 record. They will prepare for the bi-district round of playoffs, time and date to be determined. The Victoria East Lady Titans season is over after falling to Veterans Memorial Eagles in 3 sets. The Lady Titans were hoping to keep its season alive by winning the seeding match, but came up just short. East finishes with a 14-12 record and 4-5 in district play. The St. Joseph Lady Flyers stay perfect in district to improve to a 14-0 district record and 36-4 overall. The Lady Flyers swept in 3 sets, 25-6, 25-10, and 25-5. Addison Ozuna led the team with 17 kills. The Hallettsville Brahmas are featured in the Game of the Week this week as they prepare for its biggest matchup of the season, and they've had multiple this year. Hallettsville got off to a hot start beating the Shiner Comanches and were ranked in the top 10 earlier this year, but would stumble to Fort Worth Southwest Christian and district rivals the Columbus Cardinals. This game is important for the Brahmas because this could give them a 3-way tie for a district title between the Cardinals and the Hitchcock Bulldogs. The Brahmas are currently 1-1 in district, but are 1 game back behind the top 2 teams in district. Hallettsville head coach Tommy Pensick said the Bulldogs have multiple playmakers that are going to be tough to stop this year.
They've got 4 kids faster than anybody in our program. They can absolutely fly. They run somewhere in the range of 4.3, 4.4s, and they've got at least 4 that can do that. They're young. There are going to be a lot of them coming back next year. And they're, surprisingly, their line is pretty physical up front.
Multiple Brahmas are recovering from injuries and the flu. This game is important because the district record will affect where Hallettsville will be seated in playoffs. Senior linebacker Cameron Alamia lists ways that the Brahmas can come out on top.
I think it's going to come down to how our defensive backs, our cornerbacks are going to play. They're going to have to match their speed. They're going to have to match their intensity. Our D-line is going to have to match their physicality up front. And I think it'll be successful if we do that. We're just going to have to hustle. Have more heart than them, kind of we usually do.
The two teams will play Friday night at 7:30. Well, that's your sports. Don and Karina, back to you.
All right, Gino, thank you. Stay with us. Coming up on 25 News now at 10. We'll take a last look at your weather. Plus, Adidas, Gap, and Foot Locker dropped Yeezy, Ye, and Kanye West after controversial behavior.
Texas, now's the time to gear up and save on a new Ford SUV. Get great deals on our most capable lineup, like the spacious and tech-savvy Ford Expedition or Ford Explorer and Bronco Sport, both rated 2022 IIHS top safety picks and both designed to give you greater confidence. Choose in-stock or custom order select Ford SUVs and lock in $3,900 for $60 plus $500 cash plus complimentary maintenance.
Ford is the best in Texas.
Victoria, the Ducks are back. Try your luck and adopt a duck. This year you could win $5,000. The third annual Victoria Duck Safari is Saturday, October 29th at Ethel Lee Tracy Park. Thousands of rubber ducks will be launched into the pond and race their way for a chance to win amazing prizes. Proceeds of the event benefit 26 area nonprofits. Learn more and adopt your ducks at victoriaducksafari.com. Sponsored in part by the Victoria Television Group.
Hi, I'm Chief Fox with the Victoria Fire Department. As temperatures rise this summer and plummet this winter, not to mention hurricane season, residents may find themselves plugging into generators to deal with the unexpected power outage. Always use a portable generator outside, at least 20 feet away from your house. Make sure you have a carbon monoxide detector in your home before using a generator. Use a single outdoor rated extension cord to power one appliance at a time. Before operating a generator, make sure you're familiar with the manufacturer and safety guidelines. Follow these tips and you'll be ready to use your generator safely.
Adidas cuts ties with Kanye West. West has drawn criticism for recent anti-Semitic comments. Adidas released a statement condemning anti-Semitism and any other sort of hate speech and has stopped production and sales of the popular Yeezy branded products. The decision will cost West about $1.5 billion of his net worth. Gap also announced it's removing its Yeezy Gap line of products from stores, and Foot Locker announced it's pulling Yeezy products from its store shelves and websites. In other news, this might be the best video you've seen today. A rhino playing in the rain at the Fort Worth Zoo. The rhino put on a show for a group of 5th graders as rare rain fell across North Texas yesterday. This comes after much of Texas has been under extreme drought conditions for months now.
That rhino was enjoying that.
That rhino was just having the time of his life. You know, we are having some drought in West Texas. Are we going to have any rain here, Howie?
We had a little bit yesterday, but yeah, there is some in our future. Next couple of days, we could see some showers. I'll get to that in half a second. We got a few features out there in the tropics. Good news is not looking to really bother anybody, especially our interest here in Texas. Both of them can eventually move into the north, cooler waters and upper level winds. They don't like that, so they're going to get knocked out of there. Overnight, 48 degrees. So yes, on the cool side, but then tomorrow back up to 80 degrees. So we cool down, we're warming back up, so we dried off. Does that mean we're going to get more rain? Well, let's talk about it right now. Here is what we have. So 80 for Wednesday and into Thursday. Disturbances push in. Yeah, we could be seeing some more showers. Possible alert. Yeah, we get some strong storms. We'll further evaluate that coming up pretty soon. After that, boundary pushes through, knocks us down into the 70s. Very, very nice. But then we start to warm up later on in the week. Don, Karina?
Howie, thank you. And finally tonight, Big Texas done for the year. 2.5 million people visited the State Fair of Texas 24-day run, and 583,000 of Fletcher's corny dogs were sold. I can smell them now. A Guinness World Record was broken also. The fair's resident strongman, Mighty Mike, juggled 3 10-pound bowling balls for 20 seconds. He did it in his spare time. The fair held its final tradition on Monday. All the unused and leftover food donated to food pantries and shelters in North Texas.
We have lots of bread that comes, potatoes that make all the great French fries out here at the fair, all of those things that come from farmers all over the state and America that help feed people not only at the fair, now it can go and feed people in our community who are hungry right now.
The fair's Big Tex Urban Farms is also donating fresh produce. Great that they are giving back to the people of North
I know.
Texas.
I'm just upset I didn't get to make it this year.
Well,
I'll have to
next
make
year.
it next year.
Thank you
always.
for joining us for 25 News Now at 10. We're streaming 24/7 Crossroads Today Plus.
And join Carolina Strain, a meteorologist trained mining on Sunrise.